Good evening, watchers, and welcome to another movie review today. And I've just finished watching this. It's like just over 2 hour movie, and I enjoyed it. So, and it's a film called Executive Decision. This film, this old classic 1996 film, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I saw it years back, right? And this film had a lot of surprises when I first watched it. And the surprise that I liked actually, I liked it when I first watched it, and I liked it just as much as today when I finished watching it just now. Now, it's a typical action thriller, but I mean, it's a cross between Air Force One and Under Siege. It's kind of cross between them two. I suppose in a way it could be Under Siege 3 because it's got seamlessly going. It's like if they did it Under Siege 3 right on a plane, this would be it because it's got some cracking action scenes. But the thing about, this stars actors like Kurt Russell, Steven Seagal, Harry Berry, John Leguizamo, and others in it. They're on like this mission where this 747 right gets hijacked by these terrorists, these nutters on this plane, right. These guys led by Steven Seagal have to go and somehow get onto the plane, undetected, of course. And of course, Kurt Russell's character goes with him. Of course, Steven Seagal plays like a colonel. Of course, it doesn't really last long in this film. I remember watching it the first time, and I was like, "Oh my god, they've killed Steven Seagal off in the film." I know there's a story behind what happened between Steven Seagal and John Leguizamo, where he kind of hit him and he went flying across the room or something because he laughed at him or something. But really good film, by the way. I really liked it. Really enjoyed it. It's a cracking thriller. Like I said, it's kind of cross with Air Force One and Under Siege with its action scenes, bit of sense of humour too. Like I said, there's a plane where there's a bomb on it, right? There's like a nerve bomb on it, and of course they've got to get onto the plane undetected. Of course, it doesn't quite go to plan because one part of the film where it's like a stealth plane. It's like one of those black stealth planes, what you call them, and they've got to get onto the plane, right? By underneath of it, of course. That kind of goes goes completely wrong because Steven Seagal. There's a bit of spoiler there. 1, 2, 3. Steven Seagal's character gets killed in it, and it's like, oh my god, they've killed Steven Seagal. And the funny thing is about this film is at the beginning of the film, they're like, they kill some of these guys at the beginning of the film, right, to enter this house, right, because some characters have got to rescue, right, some of the characters, I can't remember who it was. And Steven Seagal doesn't really use his moves in this film, because in other films he uses his moves, his hands and everything. On this one, he doesn't use his hands, he just kind of shoots a few guys and that's it. He doesn't. And that's kind of funny, that's because I thought they would have used Steven Seagal. The only thing that bothers me about this film is the fact that Steven Seagal isn't used at his full potential in this film. He kind of just shoots a few people and that's it. But yeah, I think that's the reason why some people don't like it. Probably. But I like the film still. It's got a great cast in it. Maybe Steven Seagal's wasted in this film, I suppose. What they should have done, right? Steven Seagal should have been like probably him and Kurt Russell should have been like teammates in the movie, and and Figgy does this, Steven Seagal does this martial arts and stuff like that, and that's what they should have done because it kind of like I don't know why they killed him off in the first part of the movie, first act of the film, but anyway, so they're gonna get on this plane. Of course, they do get on the plane. Of course, they're like don't get detected. They don't, there's a bit to that. So there's like they make sure that they try not to get detected in the film because one of the characters gets injured in the film. So it's like, it's the guy off Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Remember that black guy in it? What's his name? Anyway, so I might have to cut a few things off this video because I'm kind of like going all over the place. Yeah, Halle Berry's in it. That guy who plays Pyro, he's in it. He plays like the criminal in it. Bunch of nutters in it. He's a bit of a nutter in this film. I was like, Jesus Christ, he's a bit crazy. He's a bit unstable in this film. There's one part where what happens in it? He kills one of his own his guys in it. He's just kind of like because one of the guys doesn't know what he's just, you know, it's one decision he makes, right, and he's like saying we shouldn't be doing that, but you know, we should turn around, you know. Uh, so yeah, yeah, really good action scenes. I really did enjoy that. Like I said, it reminds me of Air Force One. Good solid performances. I do like this film a lot. Like I said, it's like a bomb, like a bomber's plane. There's a few twists in this movie. There's like a few twists and turns. There's that someone else on the plane that's, you know, they've got to take out and stuff like that. And stuff like that. So yeah, it's like a cat and mouse feel to this, but I like the way they kind of like they put these like they're at the top of the plane and and they're sticking these cameras through the fingers so they can see like small little cameras. This is like 1996, so they could do it now easily. I think they could do, you know. It's all everything. This is like 1990. This is like a 22-year-old film now, so it's kind of like, you know, a long time ago now. Jesus, 22 years. I feel old now. And I feel like yesterday, you know, 22 years. Kurt Russell's great in it. He plays like the main hero in it, of course. Great action scenes. I like the part where there's one part where one of the guys shoots the freaking window and the side of the plane kind of just goes, and then some of the people just go flying out the window, and it's like, whoa, that scene was pretty cool. It still looks great actually, the way they did that. The way the plane crashes, lands and stuff like that's a cool scene. It was directed by Stuart Baird. He directed a film called U.S. Marshals, which I like. So that's the sequel to what's that film called? What was it? The Fugitive. You know that one. It's been a while since I watched this, and I remember watching it, I thought, oh my god, they killed Steven Seagal off. And that was a bit of a shock, but at the same time I thought it was a good bit of a twist and a good twist, but I suppose in a way he was wasting his film, his character. However, I did enjoy it, so yeah. I mean, you can moan about a decision in the film that's, you know, get it, you know, I wonder why they call it that decision, you know, so yeah, I enjoyed it, great action scenes, good, solid performances. I think he makes a great villain in it, and the guy who plays Pyro. There's that part, the plane crashes, man. It's like crashing, and it's like this small little planes, right? Oh, man, it's crashing into them. It's funny. It's funny seeing that scene. I thought it was funny. I like the way they did that. I thought that was pretty cool. That scene is the, you know, they must use like models and stuff like that. But it looks better because instead of using CGI, right? It looks actually better using models. I don't know why. It just does. It looks more natural. The actual explosions and stuff like that. I like the part where they want to get help from the woman. They want to get help from someone, right? So they get help from the Harry Barrett's character to try to help her. So she goes out and tries to find out who's behind it, who's sitting down, and one of the passengers turns out to be behind it. You know, kind of like a sleeper. We've got a sleeper cell, but she's got to figure out who, you know, who's got the finger on the trigger for the bomb. Stuff like that. So yeah. And that scene was quite intense because you think it could be anyone on the plane. It could be the woman. It could be of course, it's the man. Of course, a bit of a spoiler there. Of course, it doesn't quite go straight forward that scene. So you think, oh, they got the person, but then there's a bit of a twist in who it is. So yeah. But yeah, good action scenes, good solid performances. Like I said, it's been a long time. I love these kind of thrillers about terrorists on a plane like that, like this. It's like I said, there's another film called, I'm trying to think is it Turbulence? Is it? With this criminal on the plane and stuff. That's a good film. You see a film called, is it Turbulence? That's a good film. I like that one. But yeah, good film, really solid film. So I'm going to give it a rating out of 10 now. It's been a while since I've done a review. I give this film a 9 out of 10 because I love the action scenes. I love action thrillers on a plane. I don't mind if it's on a plane, train, on an automobile. So yeah, plane, train, automobile. Or in a car. It won't quite work in a car, would it? A bus. Actually, a bus, yeah. Like Speed, that's a great film. I like Speed Cruise Control, but it's a bad film, but still it's an enjoyable film, but it's kind of dumb at the same time. I think what I don't like about that film is it's toned down the violence and everything. Because the first one was like all swearing, violence, and it was intense for a Speed film. But I heard that they was making a third one with Keanu Reeves in it. I want to kind of go back to the first one, which is a much better film. But yeah, good film this is. I liked it. Great action scenes, good music in it. It's got a good. The music kind of sounds similar to the music from Small Soldiers. It does. It kind of goes do, does that like that. So yeah, But yeah, good action scenes, and Kurt Russell's on form. It's like one part. Just tell what happens here. This one part, this guy sitting next to this other guy, and there's one part where he shoots. The other part was on about that guy shoots his own man, right? He's telling him, right, he's going, "What the hell did you get me into?" Because he was talking to him earlier, when he wanted to chat to him. And he's like, and afterwards, I think he's realised, damn, oops. So yeah, that scene was good funny. It made me laugh. I thought, now you're thinking, now you're worried. Gee, that scene was quite funny. Because he's like, I don't want to talk to this guy anymore. So, scene was, of course, it doesn't quite work out well for him later on in the film because he gets shot. So a bit of a spoiler. Yeah, but I like this film. I think it's a good film, underrated as hell. So yeah, so I give it 9 out of 10 for give 9 out of 10 for executive decision. I hate that. I hate saying that word. So 9 out of 10 for that. So yeah, good film. Like I said, good for action and all that. So yeah. So anyway, that's my last review now for today. Have a nice evening. You have watched my other video that I did that I'm still uploading. It's taken forever. I don't know why. It's slow. The uploads are slow. It's not the YouTube. It's the damn net, innit? So anyway, have a nice evening, people. I hope you like my executive decision review. I liked it. As you can see, I've given it a real good rating there because it was, like I said, I love action films, I love horror movies. Anyway, so anyway, I enjoyed the film anyway. So 9 out of 10 for executive decision. So have a nice evening, people, and take care. Have a nice day. Bye. Take care.